Let's give Sarah a round of applause.
Every day, millions of children are shoeless around the world, where they have to walk around without having any kind of footwear, getting disease and infections from all different types of things that they step on or things that are just on the ground in general. After witnessing this in Argentina, Tom's founder, Blake Mycoskie, was inspired to create shoes for people in the first world that could also be used for third world countries. So that is the founder, Blake Mycoskie. He was actually traveling to Argentina because he was on The Amazing Race, and so he got to witness a bunch of poverty in countries, especially in Argentina, where they didn't have footwear. So then he came up with an idea to create Toms, which has a business model of giving one pair of shoes to impoverished children with the purchase of shoes by people in like first world countries like America. So that basically takes me to the company of Toms also. So they were founded in 2006 and have had a lot of growth. Most of y'all have probably heard of Toms or seen them. That's just basically like the classic model. And so they have had at least $45 million worth of 45 million pairs worth of growth since 2006 and are rapidly growing. But there is controversy that has been brought up as to whether shoes are the essential needs for people in those countries, or whether sustainable jobs are more efficient in those types of communities. This takes me to the first one. So as I said before, Tom's developed the one-for-one model for business. So one-for-one means that with every pair you purchase, Tom's will give a pair of shoes to a child in need. They were really successful with this, as seen in New York Times in 2008 by Charlene Woodley. And so they said that this model will revolutionize the way of charity in our country and globally, because charity had never really been looked at that way before. When we hear of charity, we think of, oh, that's just money out of our pockets. Whereas Tom's, you're paying for shoes and you're getting a product, but you're also contributing to someone else. Tom's wasn't just successful because of this one-for-one campaign. It was also successful because of the marketing campaign they had behind it. In a way that they created events like walking without shoes for a day, which I'll talk about later, and also other giveaways and letters inside of your box of shoes when you buy them. So this really spread the word about Tom's, especially if you have a Tom's sticker or flag. They're always trying to get their name out there for what really matters and not just the product. This business model really sparked a lot of spin-off companies, such as Skechers, Bob's, and a bunch of these other companies. So when I say spin-off companies, I mean spin-off in the same way as the business model. So they both adapted the way that Tom's did the one-for-one campaign. By you buying one, you give one to someone in an impoverished country. A lot of people are familiar with Bob's because they were really similar to Tom's, but in a report in 2014 by Street Insider, they were taken down as the ones that were probably going to sell more because they were backed by a company called Skechers, which most people have heard of, so they took a lot of the business from Tom's. But it also shed a light on other companies who wanted to help out in different ways, such as Panda Sunglasses, by creating more of a way of giving prescription sunglasses and glasses to people both in the States and overseas. So this really started more health, more research into the health development in those countries, whereas Tom's was just focused on shoes. Another company that you might have heard of or seen more often or commonly is going to be the one at the bottom, UB, which is now working exclusively with Target products so that they can also have someone backed and getting their name out there to help with giving school supplies to children in need. While these companies were all seen as really great for those impoverished countries, they still weren't really looking at what was the problem in these economies and the communities that were suffering. that brought up a lot of controversy. And so just a few things that they were targeted about in The Economist in 2008 by Roger Williams. Yeah. He said that Tom's wasn't giving them sustainable jobs, but that also wasn't the only reason. It was also that here in the States, when we look at the Day Without Shoes campaign, people will walk around without shoes for a day, or like globally, celebrities all team up to try and fight against the people without shoes. They said that this was actually hurting more than it was giving, because while it might shed a light on those shoes, you're also like trying to take on maybe disease on your feet and get problems happening health-wise for you. This actually helped Tom's later on with the implication of the controversy. So all of the controversy and the spin-off companies helped Tom's redevelop their business model and then come back from adversity into creating a few other products that would really help more to the health benefits. So like Panda, they created eyewear, which could create jobs in those impoverished countries, so that when you buy a pair, then it gives a prescription pair to them. They also created coffee in coffee shops, so that would really help to give water to those in need. So it was really helping them as well. And so in the New York Times in 2013, Adriana Herrera said that eyewear is really up and coming in those countries because a lot of people can't afford to get glasses. So the Tom's is really helping more to the health side of things than they were. And this is just showing from the introduction of new products in 2011 to 2013, the growth in Tom's used globally. And then lastly, just what they've done globally since 2006.